Basketball is competitive. It's a fiercely competitive game in which intimidation is commonplace and height and power are the deciding factors. To play the game at the top level, intelligence and a special kind of mental aptitude are also necessary. But occasionally, things just go wrong, whether on purpose or not. The sport has its fair share of practical jokers, such as Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, who have taken the globe by storm with sound bites and quips that might fill entire slideshows by themselves. However, the serious players and staff are frequently the ones that add to the humor in the most serious of situations. This kind of list-making is subjective, challenging, and a lot of fun. It was fantastic to relive some of the craziest NBA incidents in history. It is a league characterized by fervor and severity, yet it is frequently overcome by humor. Here is a list of NBA funny moments. Number 1. Amar'e Stoudemire fakes out Shane Battier. Amar'e Stoudemire's NBA season last year was not enjoyable. His injuries, apparent lack of enthusiasm, and lack of output infuriated the fans. He contributed to what turned out to be an absurdly overrated New York Knicks squad that was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs by the Miami Heat, the eventual NBA champions, despite only earning a 7th seed berth. He caused rather terrible damage to his hand by cutting it open with a fire extinguisher during the 2012 playoffs, an incident for which he will be remembered. However, this video perfectly captures Stoudemire's disappointing season. To be fair, Stoudemire was fouled out of the game, and Shane Battier completely failed. In the heat of the moment, frustration produced a very humorous video, no pun intended. Number 2. Charles Barkley's pitiful golf swing. Undoubtedly one of our favorite NBA players in history is the round mound of rebound. In the NBA, Charles Barkley was a ruthless force who earned the respect of every opponent he faced. He also had plenty of funny moments, so this isn't the only time you'll see him in this video. Charles Barkley isn't hesitant about expressing his passion for golf, and he talks with the swagger and assurance of Tiger Woods while having a swing that would make Happy Gilmore look entirely realistic. The intensity of his struggle to hit a golf ball is visible in this video. He seems to second-guess himself midway through each swing, pull back, and then decide to continue it in about 15 uncomfortable movements. One of the most hideous things ever seen, for real. However, given that it's from Barkley, we can't help but be seduced by its beauty. Number 3. Stephen A. Smith has problems with Tiago Splitter. Let's start this slide by stating that I detest Skip Bayless. We rarely agree with him, and 9 times out of 10, we find fault with anything he says. With that out of the way, let me just say that this is one of the few times I concur with Skip. I disagree with Stephen A. Smith fully on this one because I believe Tiago Splitter is a fantastic player who is significantly underestimated. However, Smith hilariously makes his argument. He doesn't seem to be bothered by Splitter's basketball prowess. Rather, Splitter's extremely foreign name seems to be his main grievance. Many people disagree with Smith's attitude and ideas just as much as they do with Bayless, but we think Smith's delivery, as outrageous as it is frequently, is fairly funny, especially in this one. Tiago Splitter shouts, "Tiago!" Number 4. Allen Iverson doesn't like practice. We used to look up to Allen Iverson as a kid. Our ludicrously absurd fantasy of making the NBA was driven by his passionate on-court personality, the fact that he was an undersized player eager to face up against much bigger opponents without fear, and the fact that he was from my hometown. As a childhood hero, we still like to believe that despite his struggles and numerous character accusations, he will go down in NBA history as one of the greatest pure scorers and best undersized players of all time. And for once missing practice, we would be amazed if you hadn't seen this video. It has become one of the most well-known sports gaffes of all time as a result of being parodied, mocked, and replayed several times. During this news conference, Iverson becomes so irritated over a practice that he embarks on a rant unlike anything previously or since witnessed. His vehement response, "How the hell can I make my teammates better by practicing?" perfectly rounds it out at the conclusion. Oh, and during a press conference for the Philadelphia 76 ers, he is donning a Boston Red Sox hat. He appeared to be seeking hatred. Number 5. Joakim Noah has no friends in Cleveland. I've been booed my entire life. During a news conference where he was asked about an interview where he ripped into Cleveland, Joakim Noah summarizes his life. Unfazed by Cleveland's supporters, Noah, a divisive and ferocious character on the court, opted to talk about how much he detested Cleveland and then supported that hatred during a press conference. His spontaneous answer and casual remark during the press conference, where he tells the crowd of reporters not to worry since he has his buddies, are probably the funniest parts of this video. It's challenging to feel sorry for Noah given the negative response to his remarks in Cleveland, but you have to agree that he has a point. Who visits Cleveland for a vacation? Number 6. Some more Charles Barkley for good measure. We believe you're beginning to see my point. Barkley is a truly hilarious guy. He arguably merits his slideshow of quotes and sound bites, and we are not joking when we say that. Some of what made Barkley so immensely talented while he was a player in the NBA is nicely highlighted in this video. His charisma, both on and off the court, as well as his propensity to engage with fans and his wit. Players, coaches, and spectators who were forced to watch Barkley dunk and get rebounds against their teams throughout his career found it immensely aggravating. But even when their teams were being annihilated, it was hard to resist falling in love with his almost childlike nature. As Barkley wisely made the transition from athlete to NBA pundit and media star, it's a mindset that he still exhibits today. He's found a career he enjoys, and at a job that allows him to laze around and joke around, he's become pretty comfortable and overweight. But for the time being, let's not forget that Barkley's humor as a player was one of the factors that helped him land the role of personality in the first place. Number 7. Mitch Kupchak's elimination face. Mitch Kupchak, the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers, was furious as he saw Kobe Bryant and his Lakers lose in the 2012 NBA playoffs. He stood sternly in the heart of a hostile Oklahoma City Thunder crowd and frowned, doing nothing to indicate his annoyance. Fortunately for us, the viewers and the producers were aware of his location at the time LA was eliminated and knew precisely what to do. Zoom in. The rest was done by Kupchak's distressed countenance, and ESPN's Around the Horn commentary made the situation much better. Lakers fans will be hoping that Kupchak is spared from having to make this expression once more this season, because it appears that he took it personally and worked hard to create one of the best NBA off-seasons in recent memory. Number 8. Charles Barkley fits right in with the 1992 Olympic Dream Team. The several Charles Barkleyisms in this movie were all recorded in a short period at the 1992 Summer Olympics. Angola is in trouble, but I know nothing about it. Spring break is like that in the ghetto. Charles's perspective on exposure is nicely summed up by the commentator in the film when he claims that Barkley enjoys the crowded streets and ongoing attention. Although Barkley's quick wit is evident throughout this video, I'll insert his most famous comment right here because it was said during the 1992 Olympics and is not in the clip. "Somebody hits me, I'm going to hit him back," said Barkley, following a brief physical fight during a convincing victory over Angola, even though it appears that he hasn't eaten in a few weeks. "I feared he might pull a spear on me," Barkley added. Barkley at his purest, most offensively funny. Number 9. Shaquille O'Neal, willing to help out some wives. One of the funniest athletes to ever play basketball is Shaquille O'Neal. Sometimes it stemmed from a deep rivalry. Typically, Shaq was simply being crazy as seen in this video. In this press conference, Shaq demonstrates his quick thinking by tagging the reporter who asked the strange question. He then makes a wonderful motion at the end of the video to acknowledge his own joke.
Suck the venom out to win the title.
No, I will with your wife.
Which part of the "your wife" joke, or Shaq's response at the end of the video, is funnier? We are really stuck for choices. It was pure gold in either case. That's it, guys. What do you think of these NBA moments? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And for more NBA content like this, subscribe to our channel.